Okay, you're welcome to our sewing table. So now I'm going to start by joining the part that was added. Remember the part that was added to the length. So I just pin it in place, as you can see. So by the time I sew it, it's going to be this way to complete the length. Then the other side as well, I pin it in place as well. I'm going to be sewing it this way and then flip it over to complete the length as well. So let me just go ahead and then join the fabric together. So after joining the pieces together, I went ahead to weave it using my weaving machine. I went ahead to weave it, then I iron it in place. So I did the same thing to the other side, both for the front bodies and then the back bodies. I did the same thing. So next I'll be working on my front bodies. So this is it, you can see, for the other side. So I'm going to be working on my front bodies. Okay, this is the back. I'm going to keep this back aside. Then I'll be working on my front bodies. I'll be fixing my planket on it. So to fix my planket, I already have these two pieces that I'll be using for my planket. So I have about 15 inches, 14.5 inch long, and then I have 3.5 inch wide, and then this smaller one that will be on the other side is about 1.5 inch wide, then 10 inches long. So this is going to, as the fabric is facing me now, I place the fabric right side facing up. So as the fabric is facing me, this big one is coming to my right hand side and this smaller one is coming to my left hand side, which means after making the dress, by the time it is worn, this side is going to fall on the left while this is going to fall on the right. So this is what we'll be doing now on the front bodies. So I'll just place, okay, I gum a paper stay. I gum paper stay on the wrong side of the blanket fabric. Although sometimes I may not even gum on this side, it will be on the bigger side and it's going to be just the thick stay and it's not going to be full, but depending on the style I'm making. So I'm going to place the right side now, the right side of this small piece on the left side of my fabric, mashing it up this way. Then I'm going to sew it all the way down to where the opening stops. So I'm going to sew it down to that side. This length is longer than the 7 inches that I marked there, so definitely I'm going to trim off the excess. So Now getting to that point, I'm going to stitch. Okay. And I'm going to flip it over and turn it. You may need to iron this in place before you go ahead and turn, but I won't be doing that. So I'm just going to flip it over. I already have stay in it, so it will be easy for you to follow the shape I want to give it. So I will just turn about less than half inch, like 0.25 inch on this side, like 0.25. Then I flip it on top of it, making sure that it is covering the stitch or the seam that is there. So I will just go ahead and sew it in place. So at this point, I will notch it a little so that it does not skews up by the time I'm turning it. So I'll just notch where my 7 inches opening stops, so I can flip this out. Cut the excess that I'm having, cut it out. So this is what I have now. So I can just do the same thing, notch on this side as well. The bigger one. I'm going to iron it in place this time around. Flip this in and then I'll iron it in place. Okay, so this is the outcome after I iron it in place. Let me open it up for you to see. Okay, this seam line that I used to join it here, I make sure that I notch it where the joining stop. So I flip it in, then I iron it in place, then the remaining part of it I also ironed in place. And here I fold less than half inch, like 0.25 inch. I fold it, then I iron it in place. As you can see, I iron it in place. Then after ironing it in place, then I flip it over this way, such that it is covering the seam that is on this part, the first seam that was there. So I flip it here, then I iron it, and that is why I'm having my blanket looking very nice. So by the time I sew it now, I'm going to be having it covering this part. So without wasting time, let's quickly fix. Okay, let me ship in something. I actually want to have a kind of a triangular shape around here. So because of that, I'm going to trim off some inches. Looking at it, I flip this up, and I'm going to trim out some inches to reduce the bulkiness just slightly. It won't get to the folded edge here. You can see it just slightly this way. So to reduce the bulkiness while sewing, because I want to have a triangular shape there. So I'll just start sewing my blanket down. So on getting close to where I want to have my triangular shape, I slow down a bit. I form my shape. Then I have to check well to make sure that it is accurate, so that the shape does not look unequal, should be even. Okay, having make sure that it is even, you also want to check for the rough edges of the part that you trim, so that it does not come out, does not get out of its way to be visible on the outside. So having done all that, then I continue with the stitches. So lift the machine foot up, then with your needle at the tip there, flip it over, and you turn sew to the edge as well. You have to be gentle at this stage. gentle at this stage so that you have something nice at the end of the day. So okay, at this junction I'm done with my triangular shape. Then I'm going to sew down the other side of the blanket. You can see this open part, so I'm going to sew this part down. Then I'm going to stop where I have my opening, where my opening of 7 inches stop. So I'll just confirm that by opening it up. So this is where you can see, this is where I have my 7 inches. So that means I'm going to stop my stitch around here, then I'll cross it. Okay, so it is as simple as this. Our blanket is ready. So on the wrong side, you can see what it looks like on the wrong side. You can see how neat it turns out to be. Then on the right side, this is what I have. My blanket sitting pretty. So next I will be joining the shoulder of this dress. I'll be joining the shoulder, the front and back shoulder together. So, you know, it's a dress without lining. It is very simple to achieve. Doesn't take time to do this. Okay, this is my back bodies, and then I'm going to join the shoulder, right side facing right side. So I place it from the neck area, then I'll join to this side and do the same thing on the other side as well. Okay, so after joining the shoulder, the two shoulder, I went ahead and fixed the collar. So the collar fixing is not included in this video to reduce the length of the video. So to know how we fix this collar, I have a video on that. You can watch that later. I'll put the link in the description box. So next I'm going to be joining this side of both the front and the back bodies after joining the shoulder. And then before doing that, I mark out, because remember this print is going to be having pockets, and mark out the points for my pockets. So I'm going to leave pockets opening in it by the time I'm sewing it now. So to put my pocket, I have a 7.5 inch from the armhole. I measure 7.5 inch from the armhole, and then I notch it 7.5. This is it, 7.5 from the armhole. You can see it is being notched. Then I measure 5.75 from this notch, and then make another notch here. So while sewing, I'm going to be leaving this opening for my pocket.
So after joining the side, I will be fixing the pocket.
Seam
the pocket is going to be placed
on this side and
on the wrong side,
on the other
like
side
of an inch
dress
above the pocket opening. So I'm just stitching it in place. You can see I can pass my hand through it. While doing this, you want to ensure that you are not sewing the fabric down to cover the stitch. So after fixing one side, and I went ahead and placed the second side as the second layer. The pocket is having 2 pieces to each side, so I went ahead to fix the second piece for that side, making sure that I'm not sewing on the previous one. You can see how I'm opening it to confirm that. So I just stitch it in place, and after stitching, I'm going to flip it to the other side, as into to one side, to sew the opening. So that is how to go about the fixing of our pockets. You want to ensure that your stitch don't go into the bodies, so you are sewing around the pockets. I'm going to turn it out to show us. So flipping it over, I can pass my hand through the opening, the pocket opening, you can see. So that is our pocket in it.
Okay, now I'm done with the fixing of the 2 pockets. You can see, so this is one side, and then this is the second pocket here. So the next,
this is the outcome of
our sleeve, and then
end
the down part,
blankets.
Do the finishing weaving
so you can
of
see
it,
how beautiful
and then I'm going to show you on the mannequin.
And when it was delivered, the client really loved it. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, like, share, and subscribe to our channel so that you can get notified when we upload new videos. Bye.